So today's witch word of the day is Shinmo. And in Chinese martial arts, Shinmo literally translates as heart devils or heart demons. Rather than standard demons or like charmed demons, these are a practitioner's negative emotions and other mental barriers which hinder their training or cultivation. As long as a human held desires or fear, they would inevitably have heart demons. If one wasn't able to overcome them, then their divine foundation would be damaged. Shinmo.
I like when you said Shinmo, Tim and I both just went, at the same time.
I was listening.
I know that word.
Learn.
See? Education.
Yes.
You haven't even read that?
Wait, what are you doing with the book?
So he has the confidence to finish the story.
Hear now the words of the witches.
Can you hear the words of the witches? Yeah, the words of the witches.
Welcome to Words of the Witches, the Charmed podcast that will guide you through the lesser-known published lore of the Charmed universe.
In this night and in this hour, we call upon our fanboy power, bringing education and stupefaction to all of you.
Together, we will use our knowledge and reverence abundantly, but also find ourselves sassy and delightful.
Which is why we will truly be charmed.
All right, so welcome to Words of the Witches, episode 160. I am Kevin, your resident Charmed resource.
And I'm Sean, and I'm just full of Shinmo.
Shinmo. And we have a guest, but I think he's broken. It's Tim.
I'm gonna find a way to use Shinmo in my.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
I Shinmoed all over. It's great.
I'm Shinmoing right now.
It is a noun, it's a verb, it's an adjective, it's all of the above. Yeah. So, Tim, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Sorry to be here.
So, I'm so excited to have you because I discovered you on the TikToks. You know, that little thing. You do really wonderful analyses of media, including Charmed. I really enjoy your stuff. So how did you discover the show and what brought you into, doing the TikToks?
I discovered the show, I think, a little after it ended. It ended in 2006, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
And I'm pretty sure I started watching a little bit after that, like 2008, and immediately locked in. Like, that is my favorite genre of TV. It's like supernatural fantasy. So the second I saw it, I was hooked and have been ever since. I don't know how many times I have watched all 8 seasons over and over and over. Definitely a comfort show. I think on the Yap side of Charm, I didn't start talking about Charm when I decided to yap on TikTok. I originally started yapping about a different show called 911 on ABC. And so that was all of my content. That was the fandom that I was in. But I knew that I wanted to be a content creator that talked about 911, not a 911 content creator, if you can tell the difference there. So I was like, what else do I enjoy? What else do I like? And the first thing that came to mind was Charmed, and I made that first video, and I was like, oh, you all are here. Like, there is a Charmed community here on TikTok, and we've been locked in ever since.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. What was the first episode you saw? Do you remember which one it was?
I think the first episode I saw was by accident, and it was the episode where Prue's a man.
Okay. She's a man, baby, a man. Season 2, episode 5. Okay.
Yeah, that was the completely on accident. It just happened to be on at the time. And so I started there and just sort of kept going. Never stopped.
I
Nice.
can't believe you started it so late. I mean, that's so disgraceful. No,
No.
I'm just kidding. I didn't start it until like 2017.
I know. I was thinking about it literally like this past weekend because I saw the promo from the WB and I was like, wow, I wonder what it would have been like to watch the show as it was coming on. Like, I kind of envy people that were able to watch
That's
it.
me.
Like from like episode one. Also, I'm like, I can't imagine like I would have been stressed, especially the way some of the episodes
Yes.
ended. Like, I don't know that I would have been able to.
We waited
So-
week by week.
Yeah, I don't know that I could have done the week by week thing.
I was 10 years old when it started. I was 18 years old when it ended. It was a whole thing.
A
But
whole
as you
summer
can
of
see,
not knowing if Bruce survived.
Charmed invaded my life.
Yeah, that season 3 would have done me.
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was signing the petitions. There was petitions to keep Shannon Doherty on. I was all over that stuff. It was a time. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm a Charmed fanatic, crazy person. So, yeah, I was there since the beginning of the series. I saw the commercial on TV, like, this is a new show that's coming out. I was like, Charmed. I'm like, that looks interesting. I'm gonna watch it. I decided I'm gonna watch it, and yeah, I never left. My mom did shut it off on me on the second episode for a little bit, and I said, "Boop, I'm turning it back on."
Oh, what a brat! You haven't
I
changed.
know. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I saw the first episode and I loved it. I cannot turn back now. So, and you have a lot of really cool way you analyze the show and really cool arguments for how you interpret the show. So, I'm excited to see what we get into today.
Which is good because I was like, I don't know if it's a secret like about what the magazine is, but that was definitely one of my favorite characters. So
Oh, Phoebe.
yes,
Yeah. So, was she your favorite sister, or was she just one
She
of the
was.
favorites? Okay.
Yeah.
How fun. How perfect.
Over the years, my favorites have gone back and forth, but it's always either Prue or Phoebe.
Okay.
No shame to Piper.
Nice.
Love her, but yeah, they're my favorite.
You pronounced Paige incorrectly.
So sorry. Loved her too.
No, it's okay. I know everybody has their things they love about each sister. I don't shame anybody for their love of sisters, but Paige is my girl. Paige and then Phoebe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And Prue is my favorite. So.
I am the older sibling, so I think that's why I gravitated towards Prue.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. And my family's a little weird. I'm the oldest of my there's 3 siblings, but we also have a half sister. But in our family, the half sister is the oldest. So you have the half sister of the oldest, and then there's the 3 of us. So it's kind of a weird dynamic. So fun. So before we get into our manner keeping in our magazine, we did have a poll last week that I almost forgot to post. I only did it earlier today. I'm terrible. I know. But the poll was, which Angel of Destiny was better at their job? And you can choose the Dakin Matthews from Which Way Now or the Denise Dowse from season 8. Do you have an opinion on that, Tim?
Which Angel of Destiny was the best at their job? Wow, that's such a... I don't know. I'm inclined to say Denise.
Yes.
That was her name? Yes?
Yeah, Denise Dowse.
Yeah. But it's solely because I didn't like Leo.
Mm.
And so she got Leo up out of there. And that's why I really liked her.
Okay.
That's a fun reason.
So I think we voted for Denise. We thought she had more gravitas. How do you think the votes went down? How do you think the audiences have spoken?
I feel like most people would vote Denise. I feel like she was a little bit more active than the other Angel of Destiny. I feel like he just came and made them that offer that they didn't really take, and that was really the only role that he had. I feel like we had more time with Denise.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So let's see how it goes down based off the little time we had. It was actually, I only did it on Instagram. I didn't put it on YouTube this time. But it was very close. So our season 4 Age of Destiny got 46%, 42 votes, and Denise got 54%, 49 votes.
Wow, that is close.
Very split.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
one
I
is a
did get
man.
some people.
That's why.
I did get some people writing in some stuff, which was interesting to me. So this is from J3 Lion. It made me laugh a little bit. He said, Season 8 Age of Destiny was downright manipulative and showboating. You will find your sister Billy, and she's a cunt. Also, why the fuck did Leo need to be frozen? In Forever Charmed, she takes him back as he is. Is there a missing episode where he's just sat there in a little minivan of Destiny just waiting to be dropped back off? Or do we assume she just forced his ass into a freezer the second they've dematerialized?
Fair. I like that about her. I love when she's like, "Who are you to summon me?" Like that's one of my favorite lines ever.
She had weight. She had very much weight and very much that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one says, "I like Season 8 Angel of Destiny more. I think I don't know. I think it looked more dramatic." That's from Gerardo.
Yeah, and she felt like an angel of destiny. The other one, I feel like
an old guy, like your grandpa, your Uncle Fester, or whatever.
He didn't have the same seriousness as the other angel of destiny. Like she gave Angel of Destiny. He gave like new trainee on the job.
Yeah. She was she had a ethereality for sure.
Yeah,
you know.
Do you want to know a secret?
What?
I don't remember the other Angel of Destiny.
Oh, yeah. You only watched the show one time, Sean, so you're forgiven.
I know.
This one was a vote for Dakin. Dakin Matthews. I'm doing the X-Men now.
Yep.
But he said he likes season 4. He said he had so much personality without words. His facial expressions on way speaking to the sisters gave me more feeling than the lady that spoke like she was an oracle. Love her too, but Dakin Matthews for the win. Okay. So it's so interesting to see the argument for both sides. So now we're going to get into manor keeping.
You can't just vanquish an entire house, especially not our house. People are gonna notice.
Manor keeping.
Well, the problem isn't the manor. It's the manner in which it was treated.
A good witch is a clean witch.
And in manor keeping, it's just kind of like Charmed news or some happenings that are going on. I have a few things this week. First of all, last episode, Sean and I were making fun of the magazine because it said hotting up. We're like, who says hotting up? What does hotting up mean? Don't they mean heating up? But our guest last week, Janine, she did send me a thing. Hotting up is actually another British phrase.
Oh.
So that last magazine was especially British all around. They had so much British lingo.
Yeah.
So our pea-brain American minds did not understand. And then we did get I got an email from somebody new. So I thought I'd read the email. It says, "Hey there, I was searching for a podcast to listen to as I sit to work on a crochet project when I happened upon your podcast. I've actually been a witch since before Charmed came on TV, and as a witch I have some trivia for you that you may or may not be aware of. The Power of 3 invocation from the pilot ep Something Wicca This Way Comes was based in part on authentic craft material, a poem written by a brilliant high priestess from Brighton, England named, there's England again, Doreen Valiente. We talked about her in the guidebook season. She even published it in one of her books, Witchcraft for Tomorrow, if memory serves. It's been some time since I've read her books. Anyhow, just want to pop along a note before I get on listening to your podcast and working on my crochet." So that's nice.
So cute.
Cool.
Yeah. So people are finding us. It's really cool. It's really fun. And I did have a whole email thread with him back and forth. He's very excited. about things and very witchy. Lots of information about the witchiness of it all.
I'm going to tell the listeners real quick, spell worders, I did the stupidest thing. My mom had one-day tickets to Disneyland, and I have my annual pass, and I booked the wrong park, so I was stuck in the wrong park for 3 hours. So luckily, our podcast buddy on Solving for X, Ryan, gave me purpose and said, hey, I heard there's these little Labubu hats. Go find it. So I was like, yes, I have something to do for 3 hours. They're technically not meant for Labubus. They're meant for the wands, but they fit perfectly on Labubus.
They did that on purpose. They know what they're selling.
I know.
Disney and their marketing.
It worked.
It worked. Cool. So shall we get into this magazine?
Sure.
So this is Charmed Magazine, issue 16, with the beautiful tagline, Fantastic Phoebe. If it were me, I would have put Amazing Phoebe, but okay, whatever. I didn't write this magazine, and I couldn't correct it. It's fine. I get they try to go for an alliterative sound. I get it. Okay. And this was published March 27th, 2007, edited by our new editor, Helen Gregory, which I'm going to have Sean read her little note to us today. And we have
practicing Helen all day.
Beautiful. And then we have designers Caroline Grimshaw, Daniel Burra. Oh, just those two. Those two of this magazine. You lost some. And we have writers Kate Anderson, Phyllis Ungerleider, David Walden, Kate Lloyd, Ian Spelling, and Brian Cairns. So, Sean, tell us about what to expect.
Hi, guys. Can you believe it's a year since Charmed left our screens? It only seems like yesterday I would rush home from work to get ready for the latest episode. I had a strict Charmed list. The writing's very hard to read. I had to tick off before the show started. Phone off the hook. Check. Comfy pajamas. Check. Chocolate. Check. And the traditions didn't stop there. As soon as the show was over, I'd quickly get on the phone to my best mate. My best mate, not my friend, my mate. Sarah. And we'd spend at least an hour talking through every spell, high kick, and vanquishing. Because that's how you say
say vanquishing here. Yeah.
Those words. So if you're anything like me, you'll be missing your weekly Charmed episode, and that's exactly why Charmed Magazine is still running and bursting with news from the people who made the show happen. From top 10s to quizzes and star interviews, this issue is as jam-packed as my vagina this week. No, as the Book of Shadows. This month, we take a look at the fabulous world of Febois. From her taste in men to her outrageous wardrobe, we're checking out all things Febois and Alyssa. And who can resist the gorgeous Kerr Smith? I certainly wouldn't mind being arrested by him. God, I'm horny. Oh, she's Randy.
Bye, babe.
Read what he's been up to since leaving Charmed way back in season 7. Enjoy your Charmed magazine, and as always, let me know what you think. See you next time. Helen, top of the morning to you. Hello, Governor.
Beautiful. That was exactly her personality. I felt it. She was like she was in the room with me, even though I've never met her.
You love me, Kevin. You love me.
I do. Yes, very much. So what else should we expect with the contents?
Oh, yes. Content, features. We have a little blurb on Alyssa Milano, 10 things we missed about Charmed. It's very riveting, not basic at all what's missed about Charmed. We have a section on Kerr Smith. We have a poster. We've got a day in the life of Derek Johansen, a Charmed quiz. We look at Hyde School reunion, the powers of 3, Michael Bailey Smith, friend of the pod, fuck me daddy Satan, a little blurb with, speaking of Satan, Brad Kern, and then of course our show and the Bay Mirror.
That's what it is. That's what's happening.
Cheerio.
Pip pip. Aren't you glad you joined us, Tim? You joined our crazy.
Like, look at the time.
Everything I thought it was going to be.
Next we have the Bay Mirror. This is Phyllis Ungerleider talking about the Charmed news, the old Charmed news. So pretty much, she talks about Holly and Rose and Alyssa, but what they're doing isn't very interesting. It's just typical stuff we already talked about. So yeah, and then we have Bri-Fi. So Brian Krause has a leading role in the movie called Loch Ness. And he is he is a cigarello smoking cryptozoologist. Say that 10 times fast. So he's tracking down the Loch Ness monster, and he's like, yeah, I get to like lose my sense of direction, and I like dinosaurs. It's a plesiosaur because I know dinosaur names now, like I was on Jurassic Park, but I'm not. And then they also talk about his website that you can go to that you can't go to now because it's over. But nothing about the fat being like last time. So, yeah. And then we have the King of Cable. So this is Ivan Sergey. He's in a Christmas movie with Jenny McCarthy. And they play little love interests. Jenny McCarthy plays Santa's daughter. And, yeah. Our little Henry's like, I love her. We have team player Nick Lachey. He's like, I own the Rainers baseball team. So excited. I don't care. And then Kaylee Cuoco scored a new pilot, little something called The Big Bang Theory. You know, and they even rewrote the part to fit her age. They had something else in mind, but they're like, we like her a lot. We're going to cast her. You know, an announcement will be made later in the year, whether the show is picked up or not. I hope it goes well for them.
I don't think it will.
She also did a movie called To Be Fat Like Me, where she wore a fat suit. And she's like, I learned so many lessons. We have Jamie Presley, our little Miley the Mermaid, also our little cheerleader from another teen movie. This is not Bureaucracy. But she is on My Name is Earl now, so you can watch her on that. And we have the UK Charmed series DVD chest. Not a Vavavoom chest, not a Yabo's chest, Sean, but this chest, back set that was only available in the UK, British people, in their chests. We never got that. I remember when it came out, I'm like, I don't have that, but it's fine. I don't care. Yeah. Oh, and then we have this really weird Ask Phoebe section.
Yes, it was so weird.
What is happening? So someone is acting like she's Phoebe, and she's like writing advice to these little teenage girls who are right to her. Like, I like this guy. I want love advice.
I met someone online. Should I meet him? I'm scared.
I'm like, oh my goodness. And they're like age 16, age 17, age 14. And she's like, yeah, I'm Phoebe. I'm Febois. I had a friend named Ray. I'm like, no, you did not. That is canonical. That is not canonical. Why are you making things up, writer? Faking Phoebe. It's fake. It's all fake. I don't like it. Any thoughts on that, Tim? How do you feel?
The Ask Phoebe section was weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Super
I read all of it, and I don't really know what to say about it. It was a little strange.
I remember last issue they announced that they're going to be doing this. I'm like, oh, okay. This is what we get. I don't want it.
I saw the vision. I could see the vision. It just didn't quite land for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that exactly. Like, it's a really cute idea, but then in follow through, it's just odd to like have such young girls like write
Right.
in, and then the pictures are weird.
Yeah, like we did a Google stock footage search or whatever. Or this is a screen cap we took from a movie, but we blocked it out because we don't have the rights to it, or something like that.
Yeah.
Tim, tell us about the next article.
Fantastic Phoebe.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many things I could say. It is all about exactly what you would think. Phoebe Halliwell, and sort of follows her journey from the carefree youngest sister to a confident and mature witch. It talks about Phoebe being rebellious and impulsive, and the very evident tension that was there in the beginning when she showed up back at the manor unexpectedly. I think over time she evolves into this person who is smart and empathic, minus the power, and sort of finding this balance between magic and work and the many men that she is. Professionally, it definitely talks about Ask Phoebe, and how she tries a million different jobs before finding her fit at the Bay Mirror, where her sort of insight and compassion is used to help the people that are suffering with love in San Francisco, in addition to the magical community. What else? I also liked it mentioned Alyssa as a person, outside of the character that she played, and some of the humanitarian stuff that she is into with UNICEF and advocating for children's welfare, HIV awareness, her activism with animal rights. They had the little PETA campaign in there, which was interesting to see. But the let vegetarianism grow on you.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting concept to go with. But yeah, it was a really cool feature. One about the character, but also just about like Alyssa as a person, which I think that a lot of people don't really focus on because of the drama with the show, and what happened with Shannon, and even more recently with Rose. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that she does and gets lost in that sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've had many conversations about that. We still will vouch for Alyssa, even when there is a lot of crazy involved. And people, you can be different. You can grow. You could have been a different person back then than you are now, or have learned to, highlight better aspects of your personality. And I think the industry was also to blame for a lot of it. They were pitted against each other in this male-dominated kind of world, and it's weird. It was just a weird time.
So
Yeah.
you like this, Kevin? Oh, sorry.
The fandom sort of takes sides too. I even in like the TikTok videos that I made, like I very much see the people that are, oh, it was all Shannon's fault, or oh, it was all Alyssa's fault. Like, so that doesn't help either.
No.
No.
My friend that I visited a few weeks ago in Palm Springs, he showed me it's like become common that him and his other friends send back a certain screenshot from an interview with Rose where they asked her about Alyssa, and Rose just
I
went,
don't like her.
Yeah, they just sent that
I know
back
exactly
and
which
forth.
one. Yeah.
I don't like her.
Yeah, so much drama.
Yeah.
No.
My lawyer liked that.
Aww. Scream 3.
So sad. So
Yes.
sad.
But yeah, we love them all. We will always, find space for them all. So, anything with the funnies? Did you agree with these Phoebe funnies?
Yes. There were some that I was like, why is this one listed? But for the most part, I definitely love all the ones that they mention. I think my favorite in the list was Witch's Tale. I loved Mermaid Phoebe. I thought that was her funniest stuff. Um, and what's the name of it? Be careful what you wish for. When she got the power to fly and she was like circling around, couldn't figure out how to land. One of my favorites. The Prince Charmings was one that I'm curious to hear your thoughts on because I am very publicly and proudly an anti Phoebe and Cole supporter.
Yes!
I, yeah, I remember like posting that video and people were very much not pleased with me. But I'm not a Phoebe and Cole truther. I felt like they were toxic. I felt like they brought out the worst in each other, and I'm like, that is not love. That wasn't it. Like he was never gonna be what she needed, and vice versa. Like I just feel like they were not in game for me.
I
Here's what
agree.
have to say about Cole.
Go ahead.
What I'd say about Cole is I don't like No, like
Thank you.
Cole was a good character, but yeah, he wasn't a good character for Phoebe. And I got tired of like how much they tried to keep putting him in the story, and then like everybody's so obsessed with them, which made me just not like them more. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I was never been the biggest fan. I think they are individually good characters. I think they're tragic characters. I think they were always doomed though.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just sad. But
Yeah.
I also like tragic characters, but not. I don't know. I was bored by them because they got old over and over.
Yeah. They were never going to make it to the end, and that's okay because she learned a lot from that relationship, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an opinion about who she should have ended up with? Are you happy with who she ended up with?
I like Coop. I feel like we didn't get enough of Coop, so it's hard to say like, oh yeah, he's the one that she should have been with because I feel like we didn't get a lot. I have always wondered, was the name intentional? Was that like a callback to that episode All Hallows Eve with was that the episode when they went back in time and she like saw the little apple core and it was like the initial of her true love? It was a C. Like I was like, did they do that on purpose or was that like complete coincidence?
Brad Kern was actually asked about that in this magazine in an earlier issue, and he said they did keep that in mind when they decided to name him, so they did want to keep that continuity. I'm pretty sure he didn't think about it. It was probably one of his writers that
he said he
brought
didn't
it to
think
his
about
attention.
I don't believe that. Not at all. But that's cool.
But one of his writers was like, "Oh, hey, like, do you remember we have this because they do keep like a handbook of everything. They try to keep it. Sometimes they mess up, but they should have records of all these things."
Yeah, I liked Coop. I personally preferred Phoebe with Jason Dean. He was my favorite for her. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it was budgetary, but he just sort of walked into the night and never came back. Even though, like, he was fine with her being a witch, like they ended on relatively good terms. He just sort of disappeared from the story. So I would have been curious to know, like, what would it have been like, him knowing her secret and them like trying to make this work. But I liked Jason for Phoebe. But Coop was a good second, I guess, especially
Yeah.
because she had that connection with the Cupid earlier on. So I thought that was a good little circle back.
Yeah. I can stand by those statements. I think that sounds I probably agree with you when I think about it, because I don't really think about Phoebe's love that much because I get so bothered by it. I'm like, Phoebe and the men, and I'm like, but
Or
when you,
Drake.
when you analyze it, yeah.
Drake, yeah.
Drake. Oh my gosh, Drake. Of course.
I forgot about
Drake's
Drake.
the one.
Yes, Drake. I think actually, I take every single thing I said. I take it back. Because it should have been
Yes.
Drake.
Yeah.
It
and
should have
what-
been Drake.
What
I
would
know
have
that
been?
he was. Know that he was also a demon.
It's weird that he's not even listed here. Why
And
isn't
that's-
he listed on this?
And that's insane because I think that he is like top 3.
Oh, there he is.
of
There he
relationships.
is in this little sentence right here.
He deserves to be higher on the list.
Yeah.
he
was
deserves to be
perfect
higher.
for her.
I thought he was perfect for her. I was a little wary because the demon past, and she has a history, but I really liked Drake, and I was hoping that they were going to find a way at the last minute for him to not have to die. But yeah, he's who I think she should have ended up with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we all love Billy Zane. He's the best guest star. He had such chemistry, such energy, so super charming. We love him. He's just great. And I saw that you definitely agree with us about how Paige and Henry are the best couple. I think they're the best couple of the entire series, so I'm glad that we are on the same page there too.
Page.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy. Like when people think about the show, it's often like, oh, Phoebe's she's the Taylor Swift, like she's dating all these dudes, But really, it was Paige. Paige went through a lot of guys before she got to Henry, and I feel like a lot of people don't really notice that. But yes, I absolutely agree. I loved Paige and Henry. My only issue is I wish Henry was introduced sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do have a little Phoebe quiz, Phoebe test.
What is this, some kind of game? Some people think this is entertainment.
Is it like Phoebe trivia? Phoebe and Alyssa?
It's
right?
It's like I guess both Phoebe and Alyssa.
Okay.
They don't really distinguish. It's both questions about both of them. There's 10 questions.
Let's go down the line. Let's have like you answer one, then Tim, then me, and then if
Okay.
any of us doesn't know one, then we'll help.
All right. So I'll read the first one. How many times has Phoebe Halliwell been married? Oh, geez, I'm counting over here.
Is that a trick question?
Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna see what do they put. Do they agree with my answer in my head?
I know.
Okay.
I think I know it. I think it's the magic number. So isn't it Cole, Dax, and Coop?
Yes, except it's Dex. You always say Dex. It's Dex.
I always say Dax. 'Cause I love the drag queen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct.
The answer is 3, even though technically it should be 2 because she wasn't legally Phoebe Halliwell for one of those, so that one shouldn't count.
Mhm.
But I guess in the show
Right.
it is 3.
Right. See? And then there's the times where she wore a dress but didn't get married, where they fake you out. Like the Frankie and Lulu thing. It's like, that was just a proposal.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though they're wearing wedding dresses or whatever. It's fine.
I guess it's 3. What successful long-running sitcom did Alyssa Milano star in alongside Tony Danza?
And I'm Tony Danza. Who's the boss? Who's the boss?
So easy. I feel like they never shut up about who's the boss.
I know.
I know. We know who the boss is already. Give it up. I don't know this one. A part in which musical launched Milano's showbiz career?
That was Annie. Annie is a little girl.
Okay.
Is that what it says? Yeah, Annie. In 1980.
I was gonna guess Peter Pan. I feel like everybody's been Peter Pan at some point.
I mean, she wasn't a main character. She was just one of the random orphans that had like maybe 2 lines, but she did it.
Yay!
What role was Milano credited with during the opening credits of Charmed season 8? Okay. Stupid question. This question does not make any sense because no. All right. They're trying to get at the producer thing, but she was credited that in season 5, and
Right.
they never. This is, I'm getting to the like whole canonical, but they never say it in the opening credits. It's always in the after credits when they're having the things going on. It's like, I'm producer, while they're talking. It's never in the opening credits. So this is a terrible question. But what did they say? Okay. Producer. From season 5 of The Witch's Tale Part 1, Milano became a producer on the show. Yes, season 5. So why are you talking about season 8?
Yeah. You know what I think about the creator of these questions? I don't like her.
See? Sorry, I just totally I just kind of ran with that question. We can skip next one.
Okay. What was the name of Alyssa's bratty character in Melrose Place?
I remember that. I didn't watch it. It was like something Maselli.
Yeah, I used to watch it, but I don't remember any of the characters.
Jennifer? Like Jennifer Jolie? No, Jennifer. What's her face?
I just know the first
Jennifer
name.
Maselli. I think it's. I remember the last name. What is it? Oh, Mancini. Sorry, Mancini.
Okay.
Close enough. Okay.
In season 5's A Witch's Tale, what is Phoebe turned into? A lobster, obviously.
Lobster? I hardly know her.
It's a mermaid. This question's stupid.
Stupid. All right. Who did Milano star with in the 1998 action movie Commando? Just like I am right now.
Oh. So am I, actually.
See?
You're welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
It's Arnold.
It's right. Correct. Yes.
How many tattoos has Alyssa Milano got?
I remember she had 7, but I don't remember if she got any new ones since then, since this magazine. Because I know, like, Holly got a new one, but I think it was 7.
I was going to say 7 or 8.
Yeah. At least at the time of this magazine, it is 8. There you go. 8.
Ooh.
Come on.
Neck, shoulder, wrist, lower back, hip, and ankles. She's got a lot.
Which
Alright.
pop rock band's video did Milano star in as a cheerleader? I don't remember.
Use the
I'm
music
gonna
guy.
say Sum 41.
You're very close. I think I
Close.
remember it was being... It was Blink 182, I think, with the
That was gonna be my other guess. I almost went that one.
Yeah. It's in Josie, the song Josie.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Alyssa Milano has starred in an episode of Charmed and Melrose Place, both with the same title. What is the title? I don't know Melrose Place at all. I don't know what episodes they have.
I'll go with Brain Drain.
Brain
That's how I
Drain.
feel when I watch Melrose Place.
I know it only because of TikTok, though.
Oh, wow.
Say
Yeah.
it.
I think somebody commented on one of my Phoebe videos. I think it's Lost and Bound.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It is Deja Vu all over again.
Oh.
Milano also played Jennifer in the same titled episode of Melrose Place in 1997. There we go.
All right. Well, I feel dumber.
You've been enlightened.
All
These
right.
were very difficult questions, not your typical Charmed questions.
Yeah,
Tricky.
they're kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 10 things we miss about Charmed. So this is the one. It's a little basic, but it's kind of fun. Number 1, the kick-ass action. So they talk about how it's fun to see beautiful women kicking ass and how... Okay, they said one thing that kind of... Was it in this one that kind of made me mad about girls kicking ass in heels? Because it would be weird to see a guy do that. I was like, fuck you. Anybody can wear heels.
Right. See?
Yeah.
Like sexism.
Sexism. Number 2, sisterly bonding with the Hollowells. So no matter like how much they were fighting, how much they were flirting with the same guy, they loved seeing them and how the power of 3 brought them together. 8 years of bewitching entertainment. So this was just kind of talking about like all the drama, the comedy, the action, adventure, all rolled into one show with all the drama, but it was so much fun. The cool theme music. Not everybody likes theme music, but we do. And it talks about how Soon Is Now by Love Spit Love and how it was used in The Craft and how the original song is The Smiths. Oh, I went too far. I'm scrolling on a phone. Number 5, magical moments. So seeing all of the different spells and everything that was used, seeing, future Chris, just all the wacky things that went on Charmed. 6, the memorable characters. So it talks about how much we love Daryl, who they were sad we didn't get him in the last season. Of course, we all love Leo, Tim. It talks about how we all love Leo. And then Leo. And then it talks about how Cole and the Source and Barbarous were wonderful villains. Leo. And then number
Leo!
Leo. And then number 7 was the girl power. See, this was where they talked about the heels. But how like it was on the heels of the Spice Girls, and it was very much like part of that girl power movement. The love stories, so we get to see like the whole Piper and Dan and Piper and Leo and how that all like played out. We get to see Phoebe and Cole, because they are like the couple meant for the ages. Like they are meant for each other. I just stand them so much. I'm just being a troll at this point.
Yeah, right.
Number 9, the awesome Von Quishing spells. New one every episode practically. And lastly, the storylines. So all the fun little situations the sisters get in. Yay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes sense. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So next we have Handle with Kerr. Handle my balls with Kerr.
Oh! You can rest them on my mouth.
Anyway, so this is about Kerr Smith. And we had an interview with him before. This is another one. He's like, let me tell you one thing. There was a rumor once that I lost the role of Leo to Brian Krause, but that is false.
Who started that one?
Yeah, who started that? That makes no sense. He says he was offered the role of Leslie St. Clair, Nick Lachey's role, but turned it down. And we do know that he did audition for Andy with Brian and Julian back in the day. But that's where I feel like it could have been started, but they didn't even mention that in this interview. I'm like, okay. Because remember, he's like, I auditioned for Andy, but everyone thought I was such a baby. I was so young for the role. So...
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. He had a lot of fun with Charmed Noir. Look at the way he's looking at Rose in this picture.
Yeah.
It's like, but he said he had a lot of fun with that episode because it was a period piece. He liked the aesthetic and the genre and the clothes. He's like, yeah, I always wanted to do like a noir thing, bro. So he's enjoying his time on his current show called Justice. However, it was announced that it will not be returning after its initial 13 episodes. So, womp womp. Like, it's fine. And I think that's all I really got for this interview. Anything else that you wanted to say from it? I think that's pretty much it.
Sam Brody.
It's like, yeah. My gay male kissing Dawson's Creek. Oh, I was the first. Oh, he says it was the first in 2000, so that may be an interesting factoid. Like actor Adam Kaufman. Cool. And then we have this little thing. They want you to submit your favorite episode and scene or character to Charmed Magazine because they really want to be interactive. And if you've been noticing, because they haven't been showing Prue a lot in the earlier magazines, but now they're sneaking her in. They had a picture of her in the Love Partner quiz last issue, and they have her here, so they're starting to sneak her in a little bit more. I've been finding.
Why?
Oh, speaking of, look at this beautiful poster in the middle. Love it.
Ooh,
It's gorgeous.
They should put that on a DVD.
Maybe, yeah. And then we also have, this side of that one poster, and then there's the other side, the Phoebe and Nicole people. So,
Perfect couple.
yeah. All right, tell us about Derek Johansen, who Sean forgot all about, who hopefully he remembers he's cute now.
Okay, I actually really loved this little feature. One, I didn't know who Derek Johansen was until I read it. But I started out, I think, as an assistant director on the show, and then, or I think he was a second assistant director.
He was second assistant, and then brought it to first with
then
Shannon. Yeah,
got promoted to first assistant, thanks to Shannon, who it said personally requested him for that position during her time directing on the show. I really liked that he said, because of Shannon, he really had a wonderful career on Charmed. And I know that the article was about him, but I really liked that little piece, again, related to the drama around Charmed, and I feel like people often say oh, it was Shannon's fault, and hearing rumors from 90210, they always assume that it was her. So it was really cool to hear somebody else other than Holly speak highly of her. That also works.
She is the hardest worker that I've witnessed, because when I've seen her at cons, she was always right on time where everybody else was late, and she was getting pissed that no one else was there. She's like, hello, we got she worked to the bone, and I always admire her for that.
Yeah, so love that was included in here. But yeah, some of the episodes, talked about some of the episodes that were directed by him. Some of them being my absolute favorites. But Sword in the City, season 6, A Wrong Day's Journey into Right, Cheaper by the Coven, There's Something About Leo, Cry Hard, Death Becomes Them, Run Piper Run, and Repo Manor. And then it talked about how after the show ended, he continued to direct and do some other film projects. He worked with Robin Williams, and just about how he really thinks and speaks very highly of his Charmed years and the family environment on that set.
Yeah. Beautiful. Do you remember who he is now, Sean? Did you remember him?
I remember this picture of him.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, very well written.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Oh, now we have this quiz. Guess the episode.
What is this, some kind of game?
Grimoire Games.
Some people think this is entertainment.
I feel like it's unfair for me to play this because I can just list them all immediately. Do you want me to just list them, or do you want to play? Do you want to try to guess?
Let's play, Tim. Let's go for it.
Okay.
All right. So I'll describe the picture for people. I guess I can show it. So, photo 1. Oh, there's clues here too. I guess I can read the clue. I didn't know that. I didn't look at those. Well, how about you look at the picture and try to tell me, and then if you need a clue, then I'll read the clue. So it's Piper with a bandage on her arm.
What am I saying? Am I just saying
You can episode title.
What
Episode title. Yeah.
episode, season, just the title?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's when she's attacked by the Wendigo, right?
I
What was
think
that
that's what
called?
it's called. I think
The episode's called The Wendigo. Yeah, that's the episode. That's the name of the episode.
Okay.
That's season 1, episode 12. So yeah, The Wendigo. Okay. Next we have 2. Page in front of the mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Easily one of my favorites. That was when she marries Henry, of course, engaged and confused.
Thank you. Beautiful. Love that. That's 8:16. Cool. So number 3, this should be a good one indicator with Phoebe and Piper head on a table in magic school.
I'm blanking on what it's called, but I know it.
Yeah, it's something about Sleepy Hollow. I can't think of the full title, but it's
yeah.
definitely something about
The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Yes, season 6, episode 14. Very good. All right. Then we have number 4, picture 4. It's Paige and Phoebe and Piper in a church, touching hands.
Charmed again.
Charmed again. Yes, part 1. Season 4, episode 1. All right. And then we got our beautiful Drakey Robin Hood here.
Loved him.
Do you know what the episode's called?
Carpe Demon?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. I love it. You guys are impressing me. So season 7, episode 14. Beautiful. Then we have Paige doing her Viva!
Sense of disability.
Yes.
Okay.
Season 5, episode 20.
I always wonder, did they just throw that part in there about Paige being able to sing because it worked with that episode of her losing her voice? Because up until then, she's never sang anything.
No.
Ever. And it just felt like, what an odd thing to just throw in there out of nowhere.
But think about the plot point of that. She was afraid to sing after she heard her talent show. She never sang again after she ran off stage. So
she had a
could
history of
make sense.
singing.
She had a history, and then not since she was a kid. She sang as a kid, and they haven't sang since then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we have 7. This is a very young
He looks
Piper
so
and
young.
Leo here. Yes.
So is it?
Do you want the clue?
Thank you for not morphing.
Yes. Yes. Season 1,
Leo's
episode
first
3.
episode.
Yes. All right. We got superhero Hippolyta Gaia Billy here.
Love that one. Battle of the Hexes.
Battle of the Hexes.
With the belt.
With the belt. That's 808 because we love the 8s. This is a very blurry picture.
Yeah.
But it's Phoebe in a wedding dress. Oh, like, does she get tired of that outfit? I don't know.
The wedding that never should have happened.
The very first one.
Yeah. Merry-go-round.
Merry-go-round.
Not a
Season
fan.
4, episode 15. Mm-hmm.
Not a fan.
Son of a bitch! Okay, that's with Invisible Paige running around in the fighting. Anyway, here we got Todd Tucker. Todd Tucker as the superhero.
The aggressor.
The aggressor. Yes.
Witches
Yeah.
in Tights.
Which is in
Superhero
tights.
episode with the new elder.
Ronan and Kevin. Oh, Kevin! I was like, I remember when I watched that episode, I was like, why does this kid get to be in it? I want to be in charge. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have our original Cupid here, too. With his ring. His Cupid ring.
That was a good one. Heartbreak City.
Heartbreak City. Season 2, episode 10. Oh, look at her.
Oh no, I know this episode.
Yeah.
Sad.
I don't know what we just saw, but you just
Sad.
witnessed it live. Yeah. Did we say it? Did you say the name?
All Hell Breaks Loose, and is it part 2?
Part 2. There's only part 1. There's only one.
Oh,
Don't confuse the listeners. I think there's a part 2 of All Hell Breaks Loose. Part 2. I have to fight with them all the time. Like, doesn't exist, people. It doesn't exist.
I'm causing rumors.
Okay.
Yeah. All Hell Breaks Loose. 322. Oh, we got our Stillman sisters. There they are. Our Stillman
One of the
sisters
best
in this picture.
episodes.
So, such an underrated villain, really, from the show.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the episode?
Something about 3 blondes.
Yeah, I can't remember the
Power of
name.
three. Power of 3 blondes. Power of
There
3
you
blondes.
go.
604. Oh, and then we have a little birthday party of Wyatt here, and little toy soldier feet grown up.
This is when he brings the toys to life.
Also, season 8, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
season 8, because 3rd birthday. I forget what it's called.
Payback's a Witch?
Payback's a Witch. It's also the one with the bank heist.
Yes.
Okay.
Where Paige
Cool.
healed for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
We did it.
I love. Cool. So, thank you guys for indulging in me in there.
I know how hard you get.
Yeah, I do love my episodes. I love my episode titles. I love to be like, ooh. I'm raging. Okay, so tell us about our classic charm, Sean.
This week is Hyde School Reunion, Season 6, Episode 17. Air date March 14th, 2004. This is when Phoebe is going to go back to school, and she does the spell that backfires and turns her back into her teenage years, and then it turns everybody at the school reunion into their teenage years, and she breaks her ex-boyfriend out of prison. This episode was wonky. It was bonkers. Some fun stuff. Although his name appears in the credits, Brian Krause doesn't actually appear in this episode. Oh yeah, and there was the B plot with Chris isn't meshing with Piper, and Piper goes to her dad, Victor, to try to be like, what is going on? And it turns out it's because she dies in his future when he's young, so he doesn't want to get close to her and have to go through the pain of losing her again. But he calls her mom for the first time. The title of the episode is a meshing of a high school reunion with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And this guy, David Huggins, was a rigger and performer on lots of things, including Will and Grace and Roswell. So that's fun. Yay.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. There is a whole canonical... See, I'm saving these to the end. It's hard. But there's a problem with this, with the quote.
See, Tim, I told you, it's hard. He admits it.
It is. Regularly on this podcast. So, cool. And we have creepy, sexy Rodney Rowland here too.
Yeah. It's a good way to describe him because he is sexy, but he also looks like he's gonna cut you while he's fucking you.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we talked about that when we covered that episode. Like,
Yeah.
Fun. Now we have our beautiful Michael Bailey Smith feature. Very good friend of the pod who's appeared on the show a couple times. Yeah, and a lot of this he's talked about in our interview and other interviews he's done. He talks about how he auditioned for Super Freddy. He was, on the Dallas Cowboys, and he injured himself, so he's like, I'm gonna go, to this audition with my friend, and they gave it to him. He got the part, which is pretty cool. He's like, faster than a Boston Maniac, that thing. And you can hear Rogie Kruger in our new X-Men thing that came out. Oh.
I love Rogie.
Yeah, you're so good at that. He talks about how the process of becoming Balthazar took about 3 hours. And I love the pictures of him, Balthazar, and he has really good promo shots. Like, we didn't get these in. I guess they didn't want us to spoil what he looked like in Charmed, so they never had promo shots of him for Charmed. But these are really good. He's a massive man. When I met him in person, I was like, here, like another guy that was like super massive. Him, Victor, and Julian McMahon are always like a little gnome next to them. He said he even worked with Julian and tried to mimic his actions. So he's like, I'll just follow you around and try to do what you do, because I don't want the audience to know that it's a new, different person. I want them to think it's you. And Julian's like, yeah, okay, cool.
It worked.
I just imagine like you see their feet in the bathroom stall. They're like pooping at the same time.
Twinsies. He felt Shax was a role that he owned completely, because while he was doing Balthazar and everything, it was something that he had to fit in with. Even being Janor the Grimlock, he's like, it's very kind of, he's with another person who's doing the same thing, so it didn't feel very individual. So when he did Shax, he's like, this is me alone. I'm originating the role. That's very cool. So he's like, I get to be creative with it. And he kind of wanted to incorporate Tai Chi into his movement, and he gave him this Jim Morrison voice. He thought that would be kind of cool. So yeah, kudos for him to just bring some of that in. He said he would often get praise from people, from fans or whatever, praising him for killing Prue and killing Shannon. They're like, oh, because that's talking about the reputation again. They're like, oh yeah, you got rid of her. She must have been terrible. And he's like, actually, she was the best. He had nothing but good things to say about her work ethic, her dedication, her talent. And I was like, that's the Shannon that I've always known. And so I'm glad that it's supported with everybody else. And there's a story in here that I didn't know about. He didn't bring this up in any interview before, not on our show, but he was on fire after a scene after the Vanquish or whatever of Balthazar. He was like, I'm feeling a little hot over here. And then to quickly get him out. I was like, oh my gosh. All right, so Tim, tell us about Premonition.
Okay, I was super excited about this section because it is part of the reason why there's a single episode. This was one of the first Charm videos I ever made. There's a single episode of Charm that I absolutely hate, and I cannot watch it again. I do not rewatch it. Anytime I'm rewatching this episode, will get to skip, but we'll get there. Ooh. So this one, all about Phoebe's power of premonition, talks about the first time she uses it in episode 1, where she sees the two boys nearly get hit by the car, and she's able to stop that accident. It talks about the science of premonition and how it is described as the perception of a future event before it occurs, that is often triggered by physical contact with objects or people, and how Phoebe's sort of touch-based connection to all of those things channels that psychic energy to give her visions. talks about her initial insecurity about her non-active power, and how that is what pushed her to become a martial artist. Um, Over time, her power sort of develops to the ability to we see colored visions, we see past events, and they also talk about her being able to summon visions at will. I don't really agree with that because I feel like that's something that they introduced and then just forgot that she could do. I distinctly remember her calling a vision and seeing Piper missing her flight, and then it's like after that they just forget that she can do that. Um, they talked about her, sharing her visions in the later seasons, which I thought was a cool sort of addition to her powers to be able to share her visions with different people. Um, Now, the episode that I mentioned earlier that I absolutely hate, cannot watch, will not rewatch ever again is season 6, Crimes and Witch Demeanors, where
Wow.
I had problems with that episode too. I told you.
lost her powers. I feel like that now behind the scenes, clearly it was budgetary, right? It makes no sense to me the reasoning that was given because
No.
it was for personal gain, and quite frankly, every single one of the sisters have and do use their powers for personal gain. So I thought that it sucked that she was the
sucks.
one that they
Yep.
determined, was really just wearing out the personal gain and deserved to lose her powers. And it just didn't make any sense because realistically, like, the only power that I think that she had that probably cost a lot of money was levitation. But outside of that, Premonitions was literally a scene that was going to happen anyway.
It's your bread and butter. Like,
Right? And empathy was literally a sound effect. So I don't understand like how much money they were saving by getting rid of all of her powers. But yeah, I absolutely hate that episode because it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why she, had to lose her powers because of that. And then they never gave them back. And I also did not enjoy that aspect of it as well. So Crimes and Witch Demeanors, very, very low on my list. I will never, it never gets to rewatch.
especially when you think about the very next episode, Paige makes her little man candy.
Exactly.
Like, okay.
Exactly. They pick and choose what is personal gain. So usually when I get to that part of season 6, I will skip that episode and go straight to 6 Feet Under, where she gets her premonition
Gets it
power
back. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just sort of pick up from there. But yeah,
Nice.
it was a really, really cool feature. They talked about her power enhancements later on in the season, which we never really see again, but that what they call astral premonition, which I'm pretty sure she only used 2 times, maybe 3 times in total. So yeah, but overall, I love premonition. It was my favorite power of the original 3. And I think they mentioned in the feature that a lot of people really vibe with that one because it was the closest to real life,
Real world.
that we could ever get. Like clearly none of us could stop time or, move things with our mind. But like everybody has that sort of gut feeling, that like feeling of like deja vu or like, oh, I had a dream and this happened and now it's kind of playing out in real life. So I think that was the one that a lot of people kind of vibed with because it felt the most like that could be me,
True. Yeah. Love it. So cool. And we talked about, when we covered the comics, we talked about the ins and outs of premonition and how very nuanced it is and how very powerful it can be. And how Phoebe just does have that psychic intuition. She can sense just energies in the room, and that's very powerful.
Yeah, I think I made a video about that they say that she has like this power of intuition, but I feel like they should have leaned into that a little bit more, especially like if she wasn't going to get like crazy active powers. Like I think there were so many like small like psychic nuances that they could have portrayed like on screen a little bit better. And one of them was intuition. Like that one scene where she's like, "Oh, if you concentrate, you should be able to sense the next like fireball or energy ball."
Yeah, ordinary witches. Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up.
You've really never done that before. Like
Right.
you've never up until that moment, like we've never seen or heard anything like that. And, like that would have been really cool to focus on like earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to tell you this real quick. You just made me think of this, Tim. When I was at Disneyland with my cousin, she opened up to me, and it was really interesting because she told me what I've explained to other people. I had no idea. She's like, Sean, I feel like I'm empathic. I can not only like sense people's emotions, but I can also sense like energies. Like I never see ghosts, but I sense them. And I was like, Sharissa, you're describing exactly how I describe myself to people. So apparently it runs in the family.
I love that.
Nice.
I love that.
See,
I love when people are like, "I'm an empath." I'm like, absolutely. Like, again, such a wasted introduction. You know, I'm like, that's such a cool power, such a cool ability, and gone all for what?
Right. Just being asshats, Brad Kern.
Yes.
I will say I was very impressed by this little column here. They got all the dialogue from Which Proves It Anyway correct, which is a very rarity in these magazines. Because I'm like, I know that scene very well, and I was like, okay, they got it right. I was like, good job, magazine.
Yeah.
So now we're in the Ask Brad section. I know I want you to comment on the Zanku chicken, Sean.
Oh, I missed that one. It's in there?
Yeah. Okay, I'll read you the Zanku chicken one if you can't find it.
All right.
Stacy Cooper of Los Angeles, California wants to know if the character Zanku was named after the restaurant Zanku Chicken in Los Angeles. I am visiting the Los Angeles area for the time of vacation. And Brad says, I didn't name the character. One of the writers did. When I did a rewrite on Henry Meyer's script, I gave it back to him and said, give me any notes or thoughts. If you feel I've made any changes that aren't to your liking, the only thing he didn't like was that I took out the act break joke, which was then when Phoebe said, thanks for the chicken, Zanku. I didn't get the joke because I didn't know about Zanku chicken. When he told me that, I said, oh, well, of course, let's put that line back in. And then he went back into the writer's room where I heard a huge eruption of cheers. So the whole writing staff knew about Zanku chicken, and I felt like an idiot for not knowing that's where it all came from.
You see, he admits he's an idiot.
Sean and I covered season 6 through 8 together on our other podcast. So when we covered those, he's like, Zanku chicken. I'm like, I don't know what that is. So it was kind of a similar kind of thing.
It's yummy. You can get shawarma plates there, and they're so well. It's like fast foody, so it's not the best Mediterranean, but like for what you get, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Remember an issue like earlier? We had my friend Dylan Brown who sent in art. Here, Dylan Brown wrote in a question. And I actually sent Dylan, I'm like, did you know you wrote in the magazine again? And like, oh, I totally forgot. So they told me, like, I didn't know. Like, so I sent him, like, this is what you wrote. You asked about a spinoff. Like, oh, cool. So he's pretty much saying, no, it never happened.
What the fuck happened, Brad?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened? Why did we go back?
Yeah, the studio wasn't interested. Actors weren't interested. I don't know. Fresh faces. We need fresh faces.
Yeah. Let's do a new charm show that's bigger and better than the original.
I don't know her. I'm Mariah Carey. I don't know her.
Suddenly my face turns off.
Right. There was one here too. What was it? Where is it? Someone asked. Oh yeah, Gavin Heatherton of the UK said he heard a rumor that a Christmas episode was once planned, but filming stopped during 9/11. Is there a truth? So he said that they did. There were ideas for Christmas episodes, but the network didn't like the idea of that because it would ruin their syndication. How it might affect that. We didn't really get an official Christmas episode. However, early in the podcast, way early when I was doing the novels, I asked a question if anybody knows where Christmas appeared in the series. Do we have any memories of those? What those were?
Where Christmas appeared?
Yeah, because there wasn't official episodes, but there were like little moments where Christmas was shown in bits and pieces.
What season?
All over.
Oh,
There's 3 times. It happened 3 times. And technically, there's other. Well, I'll go over them. I'll just the first one was "Thank You for Not Morphine." The videotape that they watch is them celebrating Christmas as kids with Victor. And that's where Alyssa Milano played their mom in that videotape. It was pretty funny. Then we have "Look Who's Barking," where Piper blows up the Christmas decorations in the basement. It's like the Christmas decorations are not, are fine. And then we had 7-Eleven Ordinary Witches, when Paige and Kyle go back in time and they arrive in like the Christmas outdoors and the Santa running around and there's decorations everywhere. So those three moments. Also, there's the time in The Fourth Sister where Phoebe's like, "My Santa, you've changed," about Leo and his butt. Or Once Upon a Time with the trolls and the fairies, and Pepper's like, "Well, maybe it's time we tell her about Santa." So they mentioned Santa a few times. It's like little moments like that.
Fun.
Matthew Doors of Kansas City. When the Avatar Beta dies in Extreme Makeover World Edition, she dies instantly from the potion. Yet, and there's something about Leo. Leo didn't die immediately. What's up with that? And he's like, Brad's like, "I don't know." It's like, I remember us discussing that, and I don't remember why or how we justified it, but we did a lot of talking about it. I might have to ask some people who were in those discussions and give you an answer the next time we talk. So he's like, "I know there's a reason for that, but I don't know what it is." So,
sure.
So that was just kind of interesting to me.
I like that answer. Sure.
Yeah. And then we have our show and spell. Most of these are typical questions, again, that listeners or readers would submit. Do you want to read us? Anyone want to read the star letter to us?
Sure. I was so sad when I heard Charmed was finishing, so I wrote a spell to summon the show back to our screens. Next generation, hear these words and hear my cry. I will make the power of 3 unite again. There will be a 9th and 10th season to go. The Charmed Ones will go on and save the world each day until the next generation will be born. That got a little Buffy at the end.
Yeah, it probably was. But I thought it was funny because this predates the comic books, but then the comic books had season 9 and 10. It's like,
Yep.
I don't know.
It's perfect.
Was there anything that you noticed about this magazine that was not canonical? Put that in my canonical hat.
Canonical.
That was just went against lore or reality.
There's a whole section in Hyde School Reunion, but I'll let you talk about it.
I have a list, so I'll go down my list. Some of the things I mentioned already. So first of all, the first one was in that stupid Ask Phoebe section where she was pretending to be Phoebe, and she's like, "Oh my gosh," because the girl's like, "I'm in love with my best friend. I don't know how to tell him." And then the lady who pretended to be Phoebe, she's like, "Well, I once had a best friend named Ray that I was in love with too." I'm like, "No, you weren't. Where's that in the show? You don't know anybody named Ray."
It could have been before the show when she was.
It could have been before, but you're still. I'm mad that they're making things up now.
Yeah.
They say Phoebe worked as an auctioneer at Buckland's, which isn't true. She was only helping to appraise items.
Oh, do you mean Prue?
Yeah, well, no, they said Phoebe got a job as an auctioneer because it was when she got a job with Prue at Buckland's for a short period of time. And then she was going over items, and she got the premonition about the mother and daughter and how they reunited them, things like that. So she was really just going over the items with Prue, not being an auctioneer. They stopped an auction while it was happening She was like, I'm going to fling these signs out of the hands. People are going to be like, what's happening? I don't notice why those things are flying out of my hands. How strange is that? When they talk about Phoebe's funnies, and they say one of them was "Be careful what you wish for," and they said it was her second encounter with the genie, but it was actually her first encounter with the genie. I don't know if that's because they listed it second that they put it that way, but that was it was the first one, and they said it was season 3, episode 22, when it's season 2, episode 22. They put the wrong date,
how dare they?
The wrong episode number. Rex Buckland was referred to as a demon when he was a warlock. So there's that. I talked about how they, that stupid question in the Phoebe quiz, like, Phoebe was a producer in season 8 in the opening credits. I'm like, no.
No.
So I already talked about that. This is just a stupid typo, but the word installments was misspelled on page 22. They had one L in it.
I noticed that. Yeah. I was going to say installments.
Yeah. And the quote that they got wrong was in Hyde School Reunion. Let me read what it says in the magazine. They put Paula Marks, which is, that blonde bitch lady. And she's like, the only thing you were ever good for is stealing boyfriends. Now the world may see you as Ask Phoebe, but here we think of you as Freebie. That doesn't have the actual punch of what the actual quote was. It was, the only thing you were ever known for was lying and ditching and stealing boyfriends. To the rest of the world, you might be Phoebe, but just you'll always be Freebie. And so it had a little more punch the way she said it in the real episode. Oh, and then during the premonition thing, and this is something that we talked about, it's kind of more about our perception of things, because they say that she can only see her visions in black and white at first, which I even said before too, but then she did start to see bursts of color really early on, like when you see The Wedding from Hell, there was the colorful baby, and in Dead Man Dating, even though we saw black and white, she knew the color of the car was pink. So it made me wonder, like, maybe she always saw in color, but it was just for the audience so that we can see a difference, that her power was being used, Mm-hmm. So we made it through this magazine, you guys. How excited.
I did.
It was cool.
Yes, thank you for joining us. I have one last thing. Our poll for next week.
Another P, imagine that.
P is for poll. So what is the best Michael Bailey Smith charmed role? Is it Janor the Grimlock? Is it The Source? Is it Balthazar? Or is it Shax?
Balthazar. Balthazar.
Okay. I didn't even know my answer. Go ahead.
As soon as you said it, the first one that came to mind was The Source. I don't know why, but that was where I was leaning as soon as you asked the question. So I feel like I should go now.
Yeah. And he was only The Source in All Hell Breaks Loose. Only that one episode. But
it worked.
Part 1 or 2?
Yeah. You're funny. You like to look at my face cringe. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. That's what gets me there.
Yeah, I can tell. See, for me, it's either Balthazar or Shax, and I'm tempted to say Shax to be different. I don't know. I might change tomorrow, but I'll say Shax today.
Really, really good as Balthazar. Really, really good.
Nobody crosses me. That's his favorite line. Nobody crosses me. All right. So next episode is very exciting. They don't tell you here, but it is the issue where Prue gets featured again. So I'm very excited. It's coming soon. We have the Charmed ones. They check out the coolest Vanquishings, so we get to talk about some demons. It's a new 100-page special. What happened next? Where they have people submitted what happened next, then their story ideas, so we get some of the audience feedback there. And then they do have some interviews with people who have played demons in the show, so that'll be fun to look at. Woo! So thank you for joining us. Tim, where can we find you? Where can we look at your TikToks?
What is my TikTok handle, I think, is Casual Fandom with Tim.
Okay,
That's
beautiful.
what I recently changed it to. So come find me over there. I am currently talking about Teen Wolf right now, but we will get back to Charmed.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been seeing those, so it's very exciting.
A lot of crossover.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover. I never watched Teen Wolf, and I've always been meaning to. So
Ditto.
yeah, I know it's very homoerotic too. So Sean, tell us what's happening with you.
You can find me on Shawnee Havoc on TikTok or Instagram, or you can just go over to solvingforxmen.com because we are in the middle. If you like witches, we are in the middle of covering WandaVision. Plus, hello, this week we just put out Nightmare on Grey Malkin Lane, where we wrote and produced a little, 55-minute little jaunt. Mojo puts the X-Men in different horror films, and Kevin did an amazing job as Cyclops in it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we had really great voice actors this time around, and it's a great story. It's a great script.
Stop it.
Yeah, so in addition to that, you can follow my personal Instagram at KJEEZY87, and this podcast at Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, Words of the Witches. Thanks for listening. Your destiny still awaits. Your destiny still awaits. Your destiny still awaits. Awaits.
It's a loud echo.